Alia? Alia. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Leslie, and this is Alia. Alia. In this occasion, I would like to talk about some videos or some themes or some that I have been talking about in the Spanish version of the channel, and for whatever reason, I haven't been doing it in English. So I will give it more briefly. But basically, we were talking about addictions and how to heal them through the alia aiat treatment. And today, I was talking about toxic shame and how to heal that also through alia aiat treatment, right? With addictions, you have to be very, well, in general, patience is something that you are going to be starting developing through the treatment. Because an excited mind obviously wants things much faster than, when you are more in the reality, then you see that processes and situations from your body or from your cleanings, or they have their own timing. So about addictions, number one, you're not guilty. It's something that came in you. It's a negative energy that came in you, Allah. Very important. You're not guilty at all, Allah. Obviously, you're doing things that maybe are not so glorious or you're not so proud of it. However, if you are in the ayat, little by little, all that is going to be going away. You're going to be seeing more clear and. So basically, you continue with your treatment. You trust your treatment, you like it, you're drinking your tea, you are watching the sun, you are cleaning every day, every morning. You're gonna be having more things, or you're gonna be more conscious of what really happened. Sometimes, for example, in Germany, we have a saying: when two people fight, a third one is laughing. It means that many times you have situations, and in reality, they are provoked by other people, by somebody evil, for example, that you have around yourself and you didn't notice. Now you're going to notice. And now you're going to do the right thing to do, which is to keep yourself far away from these people, but in the right timing. You see what I mean? Like, it's not me saying it. You're going to be little by little seeing your situations and getting apart or not. If you cannot get apart right away, be patient because it will be coming. That's about addictions. What else can I add? Well, basically, I think that's how we treat it. Understanding that an addiction is like a hole, like a hole that you have in your spirit or in your, and it can come, for example, since you were a child, you got this program from your parents or something, and you were absorbing this energy, and this program is already sealed in your hardcore or in your software. Think about it, how deep. So you cannot blame yourself for that. You cannot blame your parents either, because the culture sometimes, energy is not the people. People are never guilty, you know, and that doesn't give you an excuse to either to now, oh yeah, now I can do whatever I want to do. In other words, you can do that, for example, with your how do you call it, with your body or something, but when it has to do with other people and stuff, then obviously this is a video for people who are serious about alia ayat. And but if you have to drink, you drink it. If you have to if you are a sexaholic, you do whatever you have to do, and you wait, because it's like a, you see, like I said, it's like a parasite that you have inside. You see, like a spirit, some people call it, but then that goes away too, because you're working so that it goes away, obviously. But sometimes our timing is not the real timing that, in other words, we will wish that, of course, a little bit faster or something. And don't forget that an addiction is something that you exaggerate. But once you are stable, and it's so interesting, once you're stable, more and more stable, every day a little bit more, it's like you're rejuvenating, you are reprogramming your cells too. You're getting rid of old programs, and the results are amazing. Because one day you realize, you say, wait a minute, but I'm responding to a program from my dad who used to do this and that, but, and I don't have to tell you, you're gonna see it. And it's amazing when you say, well, you know what? I have a choice. I can continue being like that, or I can say, you know what? I can drink a cocktail here and there, but I don't necessarily need to go so far, so that, you understand, so that I have to, like, lose control or this or that, all the consequences of addictions and stuff. So it's amazing, right? Like, but it's a process, and you're trusting your process. And a, for example, if you want a faster, um, how we call it, you burn all this negativity in you. First, you do it in your house, you do it with the sun, you do it with the milk, sorry, with the, yeah, with the tea, and you see better results. But you still have, because I know I was like that. I was like, no, I want more, I want this faster, I want more. Then I started going to reunions, like it's like Alcoholic Anonymous, or it's like sexaholics, you know what I mean? Like, you go and you talk about situations in a respectful way, respecting yourself, respecting others, etc. We have, like, the coach is a moderator. He also moderates the reunions, or the burning of all this negativity inside the people. Alia. And if you still have something really, really deep that that is causing you a lot of trouble, because you're going to be getting much, much better, and you're going to be seeing things more and more clear. But some things are not so easy to get rid of or to burn. You see? You have to be very patient. Then you can have a treatment with myself, with the hand in your head, and the way that we do it. I could explain it in another video. Um, and that cost you whatever it costs you, like, I charge for that. But at the end, it's not about me charging for this or for that, you know what I mean? It's about seeing how people heal, right? However, I have to be conscious that I'm human too, and that I have limits too, to you know what I mean, right? Like, we all need to make our living, and things like that. But that's another option that you have. In other words, you have something really, really strong that you say, no, I cannot do it by myself, let me find somebody else, and we can do that. Some things are not to be born or to be deleted that way. The moderator or the coach can tell you, well, no, we leave that better for the reunion. If you want, if you're going to come to the reunion, you do that over there. And that's with addictions. That's how we treat them. But again, for example, the cleaning of your house, like we said, with formula, and all these things, you're going to be automatically being more and more relaxed, to the point that you're going to ask yourself, but wait a minute, how can I still, if I feel so clean and so much better now. Why do I still have this addiction? And addictions have also other backgrounds. It also has a lot of toxic shame. It also has a lot of traumas, how do you call that? Flashbacks. And you see, you have more than, usually we have more than we think we have. And for example, I was addicted to sugar and I didn't even know it. Imagine, you didn't even know it. There are people who think that are alcoholics, and in reality they are addicted to the sugar in the alcohol, and they're confused. So little by little you're seeing more and more, you're clarifying your mind more and more. And again, anybody can drink. I drink a cocktail sometimes, or a glass of wine somewhere. You know what I mean? That's normal. You see. So in other words, social drinking or whatever. You know what I mean? Or again, interesting is when you see your things by yourself. You say, oh yeah, I did this and it's happening this. I did that in the ayat and it's happening that. That's the amazing work. It's not me talking for talking or telling you my experiences. Of course, it helps me personally to tell you my experiences with the ayat. For example, I didn't know that I was addicted to sugar, and I went to a health shop, and I found somebody who knows about this, and he was explaining me about candidiasis, and this and that, and then obviously it changed my mind. It changed my life, because then you know what you have. More or less you're getting better and better in what you have to do, how to heal, etc., etc. But before, I was going around in circles and I never found anybody who told me, for example, something so important for me personally like that. Or for example, sexaholics. That's something that a lot of people don't talk about because they're very ashamed. And in the other part of the video, I'm going to be talking about toxic shame, for example. But basically, it's what I tell you. It's not me telling you, experiences that I see in people. It's about you seeing how it is getting better and better. And there's nothing to be ashamed about. It's just you need treatment, let's put it that way. And you're finding your solutions. Hopefully you're finding your solutions with this treatment, or if not, with any other treatment. It's not me against other coaches or any whatsoever. No, it's about we all, people who vibrate with, in this case, this treatment, that you heal, that you get better, and that you are happy with your life without shame free. Because shame is very accompanies very often addictions, because you think you're doing something wrong, you think this, and in reality, an addiction, according to Dr. Iñaki Piñuel, is simply you're trying to automedicate. You don't find solutions. The doctors don't give you solutions, or the solutions that they're giving you are not enough for you, and you're trying to self-medicate and you lose control. Basically, that's what happens. People, for example, like me, who are addicted to sugar, when they have situations in their lives or something, then you start eating unhealthy food, let's put it that way, and that causes you a lot of trouble in your organs, and or with alcohol, or with whichever addiction you have, or gambling, whatever it is, you are checking. For example, I'll give you a good example of healing in this treatment that I saw it with my eyes. Well, he's not my son, but he's the son of my sister. But I was going to adopt him, and so I have strong connection with him. So he had a friend, and his friend used to steal, right? So he came to treatments, right? That was in another country. And it's not that his addiction or his kleptomany changed but he got a good job. He had enough money. So he himself was the one who came to the idea, but wait a minute, I don't need to do this anymore. Allah. And that's the amazing results from the ayat that um, it's layer by layer. That's why you are not in a rush with the ayat. We have patience. We're drinking our tea. We're happy, and it's like a cocktail. I don't know, cocktail party in the at the beach. Let's put it that way. In other words, you're not in rush or anything. You're healing when you are healing. Um, I think the people who have more trouble, Allah, healing, are people like me. Allah, and I'm gonna explain you now why. Um, Toxic shame. Now we're gonna go to the other topic, right? Toxic shame is a very tricky emotion. It's a very tricky. Shame is a normal emotion where you say, well, up to here, until here is fine. Toxic shame is, on one side, push you further from your limit and makes you feel as if you are guilty for it. That's negative energy inside of you. Allah. Maybe inherited, maybe from other people, maybe from your neighbors. Allah. In the air. Allah. Whatever. So, how do you heal that? According to John Bradshaw, the way to heal addictions and toxic shame is through, for example, Alcoholic Anonymous, or like we do in Ayat. You go somewhere where people don't judge you. You see, you are in a safe place and you explain what happened. You say, you know what, I'm struggling with this, Allah, Allah. And it's not that I want. And I still do it. Why? How? You see, you're being honest. The truth has a lot of power. And of course, there are situations in our lives that are more delicate, that we are more ashamed for whatever reason, than other situations where we are more kind of relaxed with them. For example, sexual things. Sex is very taboo. It's a word that we used to use it before, but now people don't use that anymore. Like, even though we think we are very open-minded, but no, a lot of people still have these shame trips and guilt trips, are most of the times together, and they have to do with addictions and. So you're talking about it. You're going to a place and you're saying, you know what, I have this and I have that and I have that. But it has to be a place, and John Bradshaw, in his book, I highly recommend that book from John Bradshaw. It's called The Shame That Binds Us, or something like that, or the shame. You see, you have to resonate with this group. I tried to go to a group and they, for whatever reason, we didn't resonate, and then I didn't go. You see, you didn't find these people. You are in calm, you're doing your ayat or whatever it is that you're doing, but basically, to find someone who understands these situations and forgive you. You understand? And Allah, and many times, the more calm that we are, the more that we see that we are innocent. We were innocent. We were just sometimes even, how do you call that? This negative energy, this, Allah devils or Allah and all this stuff. Of course, you can call it whatever you want. Many times, in other words, the negative energy absorbs a lot from you, from your positive, from your cells, from your bio, from your organs, right? Organic organism. When you don't confess, when you don't again, with the right people and in the right way and in the right time. It's not with everyone. Now, for example, I can talk a little bit on internet and stuff, but sometimes I was so alia, I couldn't talk about these things. Everything has its right timing. Its right timing, right? So um basically that's what it is.